That's the thing. People are going to use drugs no matter what. Just like people are going to have sex no matter what.
Yeah.
And so why wouldn't you want to make it safer? We're so professional.
That's right.
I was just in the bathroom thinking about a tagline, but I couldn't.
Okay. I got nothing.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends.
And welcome to Pickles and Vodka, the mental health podcast where we make things up as we go.
Nice.
I'm Christina.
I'm Lauren.
First of all, how are you feeling? It's been a while since we talked.
Yeah. I mean, obviously better than last week. We'll get into it. Last week, basically mentally was incapacitated.
Yeah.
So, of all the things on a mental health podcast, you can understand if someone needs that break.
I was actually really proud of you for, not doing it.
Yeah.
Because I know how hard that is. You feel like you have an obligation.
Yeah, especially because, I tried to suggest, we can maybe do it tomorrow, and just the weekend was like, no. And then, I felt like, I'm sorry.
It was fine. Everyone's fine. Nothing's on fire.
Well, I don't know about that, but...
No, that's
neither of us
true.
are on fire, though.
Speak for yourself.
Oh.
I'm always on fire, baby.
I believe that.
So yeah, today we're going to be doing another kind of update episode. There's a couple of things I wanted to talk about in the news.
Okay, fair enough.
And what else? Oh, I wanted to say before I forget, if you have left us a voice message recently, please message us to claim your sticker. Because
yes.
We are not going to just randomly message you. Because, when you leave us a voice message, it's completely anonymous. We don't get your contact info. So even if, we think we know who you are, we're not really sure.
That's true.
Yeah, I want to give y'all free stickers.
Yeah.
But you just have to message Pickles and Vodka Podcast on Instagram. Just wanted to say that.
Okay, good.
Lauren, where are you at?
How about where was I at? That's going to be more.
Yeah, let's rewind to last week.
Yeah. So last week was really tough. I would say, I don't know, in the middle of the week, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, then just was already having a hard time with the Pico stuff. I don't remember if I texted you. I know I texted my friend Olivia, told a few people because I just the thoughts were getting dark. And I just at one point, I'm thinking about the boyfriend still having his dog. And I know when I had the thought, I was just I wish your stupid fucking dog had killed me instead.
Mm-hmm.
Then, that was obviously a pretty low point and probably could have gotten through it. But then Thursday night, I had a dream, and it always sounds silly to just be oh, it was a dream and it affected me like this. But I think most people know, when you have a dream that feels very realistic, it does. It's the same thing as if you experienced it. And I don't remember what was going on through most of it, just probably weird, stupid dream stuff. But then someone comes to me and says, I have a surprise for you. And it's in this room. And I'm like, okay. And I go in the room and Pico is there. And, even not the typical dream, usually it ends before you want it to, before you get to do the thing or something. I actually got to hold him for just, 10, 15 seconds before I woke up. And I woke up, a couple hours before my alarm, and I was just desperately I just want to go back to sleep. I just want it again. And so that pretty much destroyed me.
That makes me want to cry.
I kind of am.
Oh, that's worse than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be some nightmare about his death, but it was even worse.
Yeah. And
Sorry.
that was why, for some reason you're the only person that I do this with. I think because you do it all the time. I never think of it to
what?
Just to record a message instead of texting it when I text.
Oh yeah, leaving voice messages. I love doing that.
Yeah, and so I thought of that And I ended up having to type out like the longest text message, but I just knew I was like, I don't think I can even be coherent and leave you a voice message about this right now. So I was just like, I'm just going to have to type it all out. So yeah, that's what I basically, typed out to you, that it was like, I just had a dream and already having a hard time and just really don't think that I can pull it together.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just kind of hung over the whole weekend and was really tough.
Did you have any support? Like, did you tell your boyfriend about it?
I did. I told him because he came over Friday night and, I think he noticed at some point, you're just being really like quiet and really off, and then just completely fell apart. I don't even remember anything that was said, but, talked about it and obviously let him see how much it affected me.
Yeah, I'm really mad at his dog. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not.
I guess I'm more mad at him than the dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the dog has no clue 10 seconds after what he did. I'm not really mad at the dog, I just can't look at him because of what he did. Yeah.
And yeah, like the listener last week said, I'm sure he's a great guy and everything. It's just like, in this moment, I'm mad because I hate seeing you go through this pain.
Yeah, and I feel like I've said this so many times, like, it sucks so much. It's really just like the one bad thing about him. And it's a big thing.
It's a big thing. It's getting bigger every week, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like it's affecting you more.
Yeah. I will tell you about this past week. So, one of my best friends, we do not get to see each other nearly as much as we should for how good of friends we are and how much we just, connect and everything whenever we manage to. But she hadn't seen my new place yet. And so we planned, I was like, you finally got to see it. And I was like, and you got to meet Taco now. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So she was able to come over on Wednesday night. And that was when I had been thinking for the past day or so. And we both talked because for her, she said that she had gotten to a point. So she's not like a new mom, but she has like a 2.5-year-old.
Is this someone in St. Louis, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay.
And she said that, she had gotten to a point recently where she's just like, my drinking is really, really concerning me.
Mm.
And that's what it sounds like. Like, I know her husband has like his own hobbies. And I think after the day, he kind of likes to chill out and do his own thing and the kids to bed. And I think that's when, she just was overdoing it. And so she's talking about actually taking some steps to fix that. And it was interesting because I said that I had been thinking the last day or so, I've talked about getting into therapy again and everything like that. But what I was thinking this time is I was like, I think I need to find a therapist specifically to work on PTSD and trauma, stuff like that. I'm like, that's the big thing. And because her and I met my first time in eating disorder treatment.
Oh, wow.
Then that's what we both just kind of laughed about that. After talking about that, we're like, isn't it weird to be getting help for something else? We both have gotten so good at navigating. I know what to do. I know where to look for the eating disorder. I know what steps to take. And I might convince myself not to do them, but I'm very familiar with how that works. And both of us are just now I need something else.
Yeah, what is that? Leveling up?
I don't know. But we both agreed. We're just it feels really strange to be actually, that's kind of okay. Something else is way bigger right now.
At first I thought you were going to say, isn't it weird that we're both looking for help for normal problems?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I mean, I guess first of all, it's a good thing that you are looking for help and that you're talking about it to someone.
Mm-hmm.
In the first place. Did that help even a little bit?
It did. And third interesting thing about that is, so I told myself I was going to do this today. And of course, I put it off and didn't. But what I think I'm going to do first is, longtime listeners may remember my therapist I had probably when I started co-hosting, who canceled and ghosted me at least 50% of the time.
Ugh. Yeah, I remember her.
I think that's who I'm going to contact.
Okay.
Because, for one thing, if she wouldn't do that, I felt like we had the best connection. She said everything I needed her to say. She made me think about everything I needed to think. She was a fantastic therapist when she'd show up. So because of that, I got a session with her like a couple weeks, like right after Pico died, when I was just like, I don't have time to just find a new therapist right now. I need something in this exact moment. And, she agreed to see me. And she did not do this when she was causing the problem. But at this session, she actually apologized to me for all of that stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she told me, she's like, I was having some health issues and, I did like let on to that about why I was canceling. But she's like, I didn't let on the extent, and I also convinced myself that I could take on, like, way too much work, like, no, I can do it, and then, it overload, and she's just like, I've got to handle both on the health stuff and on how far I can spread myself, and I don't do more, so, she's like, I can't guarantee 100%, but you can be pretty confident it would not be like that again.
That's reassuring.
Yeah, so there's that, and then, and the other thing is thinking, like, if that is, like, the main thing that I want to discuss, then, I thought of trying to find someone new, and I was just like, yeah, but she knew him. I mean, Pico came to all my appointments with her. She loved him.
Oh.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, in that way, she's the perfect person.
Exactly. It felt right, and I felt hesitantly hopeful that, I wouldn't get canceled on half the time, and at the last second, so I think that might be what I do.
So you haven't scheduled an appointment yet, you just decided?
Yeah, I just kind of, thought about it and was like, I think this is actually the right move to make. Because otherwise I'd have to find somebody brand new. And I'd have to start from square one and do all that bullshit. And then, yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yay.
We'll be checking in on that next week.
Okay.
No pressure.
I know, I said I'd message her today, so really I need to make it happen this weekend at least.
How are you feeling in this moment?
Just kind of neutral, I guess. There's kind of, like, you know how when you have something, like, how just, like, devastating I felt the majority of last week and weekend, and then when that acute stress, I guess, is over, and you're just kind of like, okay, now I'm just kind of numb and exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with the feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. And even if you're, like, okay, people assume you're not because you're like numb and exhausted. It's like, no, you don't understand. It's been way worse.
Yeah. like I was just struggling to come to work every day and, talk to you all last week. Like, now I'm just neutral.
Yeah, sometimes neutral is the best case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a reason, like, that body neutrality has been a goal of mine for a while now.
For sure.
Because I don't know, body positivity doesn't feel realistic.
No, agreed. And we've talked about that. That it just, to me, it always just felt like, I don't know, like a Shirley Temple character. It's like, Smiley, I love my body. It's so great.
Well, the thing is, even people who don't have eating disorders, they have days where they don't like their body. That's normal.
Right.
No one's supposed to, like, be positive all the time about your body. And I'm not saying that body positivity is, like, all the time sunshine and rainbows,
right.
But I don't know, neutrality actually seems more helpful because it lets you think of your body as like a tool, a vehicle, I don't know, something that helps you if you take care of it.
Like, I remember when that first got introduced to me, that was something like, I've always hated my upper thighs, and it actually resonated with me to be able to think like, okay, but there's really cool things I've been able to do because my legs work. I can still look in the mirror and not like how they look, but goddamn, I'm grateful that they've gotten me around.
Oh my god, yes. I have really, really muscular calves, and I used to hate it. But, like, people always compliment them, and I'm just, like, disgusted every time. But I can bike up a hill without changing gears.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you bike and walk all over, and you wouldn't be able
not
to...
recently.
Okay, but you have. I know you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've barely left the apartment the last week. I still haven't ridden my bike here in Richmond, which is a travesty.
Oh, so does this segue into where you're at?
I guess.
Okay.
If you were done, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'll have more stuff to talk about, but that's a good capsule of me lately. Yeah.
I like these tangents also. So where am I at? I don't know, man. I feel also hesitantly hopeful.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the main thing that's dragging me down lately is I still don't have a job here.
Mm-hmm.
And money is tight, and I'm applying to places every day. I'm sending cover letters, and like no one has responded in the whole month I've been here. Like not a single person. And I've applied from everything from like receptionist jobs to like service industry jobs to like any type of job, high or low, it doesn't matter. No one gets in touch.
Ugh. So even things that you know, like in the back of your mind, like...
Yeah, well, like I was telling a friend the other day, I cannot get another job in food because I have an eating disorder. And even though I tell myself I can separate, you know, that from my work, I can't. It's never good. I always end up like, yeah. Free food is really triggering for me. So if I work at a place where I can get free food, it's not good. Bulimics out there will understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't even get a job at the fucking salad place down the street.
Oh.
Not as bad as the time I couldn't get the job at the vape store.
Aww.
That was pretty low. Yeah, did I tell you about that?
No, I haven't heard
Oh my
this
god.
one.
So I had an interview with this girl, and I thought it went really well. And this was in my old town.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never heard from them, ever. 3 months later, I'm actually in the shop.
Yeah.
And she's at the counter. And she pretended not to know me. And it was so fucking awkward. And even worse, there was a new employee there. And she was telling me, like, this is a really chill place to work. You should apply. That was bad. That was like...
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's rough. My mental health hasn't been the greatest. It hasn't been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess I keep forgetting it's been 2 weeks since we talked. I'm trying to think, what was my mental state like 2 weeks ago? I guess in the last week, it's gotten worse just because I'm stressing about money more. I'm spreading myself pretty thin. I'm trying to say yes to more things.
Okay.
Because I am in a new city and I don't know many people. And so I'm trying to like get outside my comfort zone a little bit. But every time I do that, I'm just left feeling like a shell, like super exhausted, like the hours, even if it's something that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been going to this writing group at the library.
Oh, cool.
Which sounds like something I'd be totally into. But like I get anxious the day before, and then like an hour before, I'm super anxious. And then during, I'm super anxious. And then I leave and I'm exhausted. And I'm like, why did I do that? And it's almost like that when I hang out with people too. Like when I'm doing it, it's nice.
Yeah.
But beforehand, I get so anxious. Like I'm anticipating this expenditure of energy. I don't know. Or it could just be depression.
Yeah.
But I have a little bit of a palate cleanser. Something crazy and totally unanticipated. There is a kitten in our house.
Oh boy.
So my sister DoorDashes.
Yeah.
And one night she was delivering to this lady like way out in the suburbs. She's talking to this lady, and then this like kitten trots up to them out of the dark. It's this teeny tiny little tuxedo kitten. And screaming. So my sister walks back to the parking lot and she notices the kitten's following her.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually jumps into her car.
Oh my god.
And so she just takes it back home.
Mm-hmm.
But when she parks in our parking lot, the kitten escapes. So she basically kidnapped this kitten and then set it free in a strange neighborhood. So 2 days after that, my sister was out of town, and I was just smoking up on our balcony. I almost even didn't smoke. I was like, it's too late. I'm wasting weed. Like, but then I was like, no, I'm going to do what I want. And while I'm smoking, I see this like movement in the bushes by my car, and it's a cat. And I can make out the markings. Like I can tell it's a tuxedo cat. So I'm like, oh my God, what if that's the kitten?
Right.
So I jump up and I race downstairs. I grab some cat food on my way out. And I spend the next like half hour just coaxing it out from under my car.
Uh-huh.
And I end up grabbing it. It really scratched up my hands.
Yeah.
I put it in my sister's room because she had told me she was going to put it in her room. And I kept it a surprise from her until she got back. And she's delighted. You know, she's like, oh my God, I thought it was gone forever.
Yeah.
And it's like obviously starving. It barely weighs anything. It's like all skin and bones. We obviously go online to see if anyone's missing a kitten. We did end up taking her to the vet to see if she's chipped, and she was not.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, my sister is realizing that she has terrible allergies because of this kitten.
Uh-huh.
Like,
I was wondering this from the start.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister is allergic to cats. For some reason, my cats don't really affect her. My cats are kind of hypoallergenic. But yeah, this kitten was really, really giving her bad allergies. So she contacted a shelter, and the shelter lady called her back and ended up talking with her, basically like telling her, it sounds like you really love this kitten and that she's happy with you. And I actually have allergies too. And here's all the things that I do. And this is, and it might not always be this bad because the kitten's stressed and blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
So we have this kitten. For all intensive purposes, she's staying here.
Uh-huh.
It's so random though. Like, she's adorable.
Of course.
And I will post a picture of her.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, we have this kitten in our house. This is the first time I've told anyone. Like, this is the reveal.
Yeah, I was thinking it's crazy the whole time that, you know, like, I mean, I've never gotten the idea that your sister doesn't like cats, just that
She loves cats.
Yeah, that she's allergic. And it just seems so funny that it sounds like she's fighting so hard for this kitten.
She is. She loves this kitten.
She's like, let's add more.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, I don't know if I could have predicted this plot twist, but I don't hate it.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, I've had some conversations with my friend Vicky, friend of the show. I am telling her some of the stuff because I think he's might be finally getting a little better, but man, Taco is crazy.
Oh, no.
Sometimes it's been a bit much. And I mean, of course, you know, like, not just, you know, like a new dog getting adjusted, and he's kind of like higher energy than I thought and goes kind of nuts sometimes. But, you know, of course, then on top of that, there's like, I can't help comparing him. Like, Pico was an angel. And, you know, trying not to do that and everything. So, talking with Vicky, she was texting me and she's like, well, what would you think? And this could be, you know, like a long shot, but she's like, maybe he just needs some company. And, you know, I know, you know, you had a really hard time having to give up Meatball and everything. And she's like, but would you think about getting a cat? And I told her, I was like, so honestly, I think, you know, after that, I'm kind of still burned on the cat idea. I was like, I think I would consider a second dog before, because I think you're right. He needs company. And she's like, okay, so I totally thought that. She's like, but I thought that might be too much to suggest.
Oh my God, yeah. I don't know what to say first. If you do get a cat, you should definitely not go with a kitten this time.
No, and I didn't want to last time. I mean, I had said after my first kitten, which, you know, I got him in like 2008 in Chicago, and I loved, you know, having the chance to raise a cat from a kitten. But after that, I said, okay, no more kittens. It just...
yeah, that's not how the cat distribution system works, exactly. As we just realized.
Yeah, how it worked with me, how it's working with you, yeah.
Well, so if you do get a second dog, what would that look like?
Well, it wouldn't be for a while. I mean, Taco's still getting adjusted.
Yeah, he's still getting adjusted. You're still getting adjusted. You're not, I mean, you're still, like, going through it.
Yeah.
You know, it might be a lot of stress that you don't need right now.
But just saying, that's kind of where my brain goes, is like, I might consider a second dog before the cat.
I mean, I feel like it could work.
But yeah, I do feel like he might be better if he had some company, because he is very, very, like, now that he's used to me, he's very clingy and very needy.
Yeah. We've seen a little bit of it on the podcast, but yes. I can only imagine.
He's being good now. There's a lot of people coming and going outside the building, so he's just perched on a chair looking out the window. Got things to keep him occupied.
Love that for him. I gotta say, this kitten has brought so much joy into our household, and that sounds cheesy, but like, I don't know. Both of my cats are certified emotional support animals.
Yeah.
But this kitten, like, really feels like an emotional support animal. Like, you'll pick her up and she'll just immediately start purring, and I can place her on my lap and she'll just fall asleep instantly.
Oh.
It's crazy. I've never met a cat like that. And
yeah.
my sister and I will just, like, be crying laughing because of how cute she is. Like, it's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, now I need pictures.
Yeah. I can't believe I haven't posted about it on Peach yet.
No, this was a total surprise to me. Like,
yeah.
What?
Pretty wild. So last week I attended a webinar that was run by the National Harm Reduction Coalition.
Okay.
It was, I guess, for opioid response professionals. And it was crazy because the first 10 minutes of the webinar, someone hacked them. Oh. And there was like porn playing on the screen, and they couldn't turn it off. And everyone in the chat was like, "Oh my fucking God, what's happening?" And they sent out an email like apologizing. It was a whole thing. I felt so terrible for them.
Wow.
But the event was really cool. I learned a lot, but I unfortunately also learned about something that's kind of a bummer.
Uh-oh.
So Trump put out an executive order on, quote, ending crime and disorder on America's streets, end quote. And basically, he's cutting funding for so-called harm reduction or safe consumption efforts that only facilitate illegal drug use.
Of course he is.
So I'm reading a letter from SAMHSA, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, and they're basically saying, like, our funding is cut. You can't use funding for pipes or safe smoking supplies, and you can't use it on syringes or needles.
Oh, God.
You can't use it on sterile water or saline.
What?
Yeah, and that's like, listener, if you don't know, I'm really passionate about harm reduction. I literally work for an overdose prevention hotline where we stay on the phone with people while they use drugs. And one of the things that we try to do is, like, if people are looking for better practices, safer practices, we'll tell them, like, some stuff they can do. And we try to hook them up with stuff like syringes or pipes, whatever, when we can. And so that alone makes me angry. But, like, during this presentation by the National Harm Reduction Coalition, they were like, yeah, we can't even say harm reduction anymore. Like,
what the
fuck? They were using other language, and then they were like, yeah, you might have noticed the language is a little different. It's because this executive order is targeting harm reduction, and it's just so dystopian. And I only wanted to bring it up because I don't think anyone has heard about this. Like,
no.
I've seen some people post about it on Reddit, but no one in my circle is talking about it, and it makes me really angry, and I don't know what to do about it. Except just, like, let people know it's happening and remind people to, like, keep doing what they can. They can still use the funds for naloxone.
Okay.
So that's good. They can also use the funds on, like, test kits for fentanyl and stuff.
Okay.
So, that's a bummer.
That is.
We don't really talk about the news much on this show, but...
No, but I mean, that personally affects you. That's, like you said, is something you feel really strongly about and work for. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like these things in the news are impacting a lot of people who, like, listen to this podcast, you know?
And, you know, not to just get into the political side of it and everything, but it just pisses me off so much. That and other things. The pure hypocrisy of it. Like when you said they're not allowed to say harm reduction. I'm like, that's funny. That's coming from the same side that bitches every time someone, you know, that you don't agree with is like, can we change this language? Can we not say this? And they're like, rah, 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 you're trying to police what I say. And then they're like,
yeah,
except when I disagree. Now you can't say it.
I mean, yeah, it's so hypocritical. It almost doesn't even bear repeating because it's like an assumption at this point. I don't know. I've become very jaded in the last couple weeks, especially. Everyone I know is tired and depressed or angry. And I don't really know what to do with anger. Like, my instinct is to feel helpless and numb myself with drugs, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing.
We've talked about this before. Neither one of us are experts at dealing with anger.
Yeah. It's
we
really rough.
turn to other things and hurt ourselves.
Yeah.
That's been the way we've dealt with it in the past. So, yeah.
And being self-aware makes it worse, like, because, I don't know, I was talking to my sister about this, how if it was enough to, like, know something's bad for us, I would have been sober, like, years ago, you know? Like,
of course.
I know it's not good. I know that it's taking away from everything I care about. Like, it's only holding me back. It's stupid. Like, I know that. But that's not how addiction works.
No.
Like, that's the thing. People are going to use drugs no matter what. Just like people are going to have sex no matter what.
Yeah.
And so why wouldn't you want to make it safer?
Yeah, like things like what you're doing is, it's like, instead of pretending like I'm going to say the magic word to fix you and change your mind, it's more like, let's just keep you alive.
Yeah, because you can't recover if you're dead.
Yeah, that's a very good
That's going to be the name of the podcast.
I love it. You can't recover if you're dead.
I mean, seriously. I mean, that's what I tell myself to get through the day. Because, I mean, I guess we can talk about eating disorders now because I feel like we both have some stuff to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been feeling like I'm at the point in my eating disorder where it's no longer the worst it's been.
Yeah.
But it refuses to go away. So I'm just like in this twilight zone of like looking healthy and doing healthy things, but also being sick. But no one notices, and I don't even like validate it because it's been worse in the past.
Yeah.
And it's like, is the rest of my life just going to be like this?
Oh.
Like,
well, welcome to the show. That's what I feel like I've been like, for the past, I don't know, like 10 years.
Well, and it feels like, I think one of the reasons it's so hard to let go is because when we are going through these periods of stress and trauma, like, it is a dependable way of dealing with it.
I was going to say, for me, I feel, like the last couple of weeks, regarding that has not been great for me. But I truly do believe, thinking through it all. And I've had times before where, like, I've tried to get into therapy for other things, and they're just kind of like, well, yeah, that's cute, but everything's being driven by the eating disorder, and that's not something I specialize in. And I'm like, no, but I just want help for this. And they're like, yeah, but...
Oh my God, wait, I forgot one of my biggest updates. I found a new therapist.
Oh, I thought you talked about that last time. Maybe it's just because I've talked to you throughout the week.
I don't remember. If I did, that's embarrassing. But, like, it's official now. Like, I'm on the books.
Good.
But yeah, one of the things they said in the assessment was I don't specialize in eating disorders. And I had to tell them, like, actually, that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you did, I would know exactly what you were going to tell me, and it would be a waste of both of our time.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the wrong attitude to have, but that's just the attitude I have.
I don't know. But, like, we were just talking about, that's kind of my thing right now, like I said, is I, like, truly feel like, for once, like, yes, the eating disorder side is getting worse right now, but I know myself enough at this point. I'm like, I can tell that's what it's driven by is, like, just the trying to get through the trauma and not doing it very well. And that's when you don't do it very well, then you just reach for anything. And I'm just like, well, yes, of course, the eating disorder is the most familiar thing. It's helped me for the past decades. So yes, that's what I reach for first. But it's kind of like, I can tell and I'm aware. I'm like, but that's not what's driving everything. That's a result just to try and deal.
Exactly.
But yeah, but then that frustrates me, like you said. It's like, is that always going to be my answer? Like, okay, life is rough. I'll just starve myself.
I mean, I don't know. I like to think that one day I will be motivated enough to, like, take better care of myself. But I hate to say it, but the future's kind of looking worse and worse.
Yeah.
And I do tend to catastrophize. Like, I know that about myself.
Yeah.
So part of me is like, you're just being dramatic.
But it does seem like both of us have been going through this for a long time. And it feels like the longer you do, it does get more discouraging.
Well, I was going to say, you almost feel this loyalty to it, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about myself without an eating disorder, I almost feel kind of guilty. Like, that's my thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I don't have that, like, who am I? And also, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, take more drugs? Like, it could be worse. Like, who knows how much worse it could be if I wasn't eating disordered, you know?
Yeah. I'd say for me it's similar, but it feels just kind of like giving in, where it's just like, okay, but don't fight who you are. You know, just admit it. That's who you are. That's what you do.
Well, yeah. And the whole thing about harm reduction is like trusting people when they say, I know myself. And I know what's best for me. I feel like the government just doesn't trust anyone.
No.
Hot take.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I hate seeing my friends struggle with eating disorders and substance abuse and all this stuff. But I also am not going to try to tell them to stop because I haven't lived their lives. Like, I don't know what it's like to be in their body and their heads. If that's what's keeping you going, or if that's like how you're choosing to deal with it, I have to respect that. I mean, I'm honestly still struggling to figure out how to best help friends.
Yeah.
With the stuff.
And I would say too, when you said like, I'm not just going to tell them to stop. Well, yeah, because both of us have been in positions where people that don't understand have kind of given the attitude of like, well, it's a choice. Can't you just stop doing it? So, you know, like, you're not going to try and like trivialize it with someone like that. Like, I get this is what you need right now. I wish you didn't.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, if I tell you to stop, then like I also have to be accountable for my actions, and I don't want that. So,
right?
I don't really have any solutions, but I don't feel as alone.
We're not solving the world. We're just witnessing it.
I don't think anyone listens to this podcast because they want advice. Like,
no.
I hope not, anyway.
If so, perhaps you should keep looking.
Yeah. But also don't keep looking. We're the best podcast out there.
But if you want
to rate...
Yeah, if you want to relate, then we're the best.
Lauren, our rating is back at 4.8.
What?
From 5.0.
I don't think it was ever 4.8. I thought it was 4.9.
It was, but
what
now
did you
it's
guys
4.8.
Do? What did you do?
I know. I mean, low-key, what did y'all do? We still have the same number of ratings, which I don't understand.
Oh, that's weird.
Wait, did someone like go back and change it?
Oh.
I don't know how that works, but...
Me neither. That would disappoint me more.
If you're feeling sorry for us in this moment, go rate us 5 stars. Yeah. If you don't give a shit, then go about your day. Mm-hmm. And we love you.
At least bring us back to 4.9.
Yeah, we'll take 4.9.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't even matter.
I know.
We're not trying to be famous or anything.
No. If we did that, we would actually, like, sell ads. Which we will.
Can you imagine?
Ugh.
Ugh.
Who would be advertising? I'd probably make me cringe.
Let's see, Perfect Vape.
Yep. They lost their chance.
We could probably get a laxative.
That's true.
Pickles?
Yes.
Artisanal pickles? Vodka?
I was going to say, isn't there, because there's all the flavored vodkas. I swear I've seen a pickle flavored vodka.
Oh my god, oh my god.
If there is.
I wish.
It should.
I wish I could make one and like, oh my god, that would be so great.
Oh, I don't know if anybody will actually like remember or search it out or anything like that. But when we started our new aerial session, you know, we just did like the basic like introductions, and our instructors just like, you know, everyone just kind of like say who you are, you know, maybe a little bit of how you got here, and then, you know, just one random thing about yourself. And for some reason, I just said, like, I co-host a mental health podcast.
Oh my god! Did anyone ask you for follow-up information?
Yeah, so they asked, like, what it was called, and so I did say, and so there's some people in my class that do know I co-host a podcast called Pickles and Vodka. I don't know if they will make them listen, but they seem like podcast listeners.
If you're listening, thank you so much. You're gorgeous, and we love you.
And of course, I instantly, like, freaked out after I said that. I was just, because I keep it so anonymous, I'm like, what did I say? And I was like, when would I have said anything bad about my aerial class? I love it. All the people are great. They're so supportive. They're wonderful.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Like, that's huge for you, because I do know how private you are about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the opposite. I've been telling people I work on podcasts, but I'm not saying what it is.
But I'm also really raw here. So, you know, someone in my class, if you do listen, then, you know, don't Don't make eye contact. No, just kidding.
As Taco just like cries in the background.
I know.
We should wrap it up so he can have some relief.
It's the point where he's saying that.
But yeah, unless one of us has a mental breakdown, we will be back next week.
Yep.
And hang in there.
Yeah.
And goodbye.
Goodbye.
If you like what you heard, tell a friend about the podcast. You can send them to picklesandvodka.substack.com, where they can listen to our entire catalog and find our newest merch. We love hearing from our listeners, so leave us a voice message at speakpipe.com/picklesandvodka. My personal Instagram is at xtinajumper, and Lauren's is at Lauren3_AFH. We'll see you next week.